coming up, Kew Palace and Gardens, home to rare and endangered tropical plants. The smallest UK royal palace, the world's largest existing Victorian glass structure, a beautiful pagoda, scores of sculptures, a conservatory dedicated to a princess of Wales, secluded walkways, a gorgeous rock garden, and a treetop walkway. Getting to Kew from central London is easy. There is a tube station served by the District line and a nearby railway station.
with the loft. Look, everybody, everyone's got with the loft. Come on.
This one here, we've got 17 in total, some in front of the Temperate House that we'll see in a moment, and inside and in the Shirley Sherwood Gallery. But now here to your right hand side, this little white building is the Temple of Bologna, built in 1760 by Syon Chambers, named after the Roman goddess of war. It's not a temple at all, it's a garden fair, just a beautiful place to sit out in the gardens and watch the world go by. Kew Gardens, because it's two royal estates merged into one. Marianne North Gallery, and she was a Victorian painter of plants, trees and scenery. Now she travelled the world totally alone, and that was almost unheard of for a lady of that era. But this lady started her journey at the age of 40. She went off, in her own words, to paint the peculiar vegetation of other lands. That's exactly what she did. No formal training, but she took the scientific and botanical world by storm with her amazing artwork. At 4,480 square feet. Underwent a 5-year restoration project ending in 2018 to a cost of £41 million, partially funded by the National Heritage Lottery. Inside, 1,500 species of plants, and some of them are now extinct in the wild and only exist in other botanical gardens or private collections. So we're just going to come up to stop number 2 for the Temperate House, the 2 art galleries and the pavilion bar and grill. Okay everybody, this is stop number 2. So very fresh, literally from the ground to the plate. You can sit out the front or out the back, and on a lovely day like today, you're sitting underneath the grapevines there, in the midst of the Great Pagoda in the distance. Now during the Second World War, the Dig for Victory campaign was underway in the country, and that encouraged everyone to grow their own vegetables. So we set out allotments all through the gardens, showed people what to grow, how to grow it, just to help with that campaign. But today is a community project where groups of like-minded people get together, test their botanical skills, learning all about vegetables, plants, trees, flowers. Here as we come up to stop number 3 for the Lion Gate.
Great Pagoda took an unusual twist in the Second World War. Because of its height and its structure, it became the perfect secret testing place for the aerodynamics of bombs. Holes were cut in each of the floors, and the Royal Aircraft Establishment's bomb designers then just dropped their latest dummy inventions through the building. Now, we're approaching a buggy on the right, just behind it, gap in the trees. Just point your cameras back, and with the sun glistening on the gold gilded heads, wings and tips on those dragons, it is a spectacular photograph. There's the first gap. Second one is slightly better.
Wow.
And it's a wonderful restoration, exactly how it would have looked in the 1760s, with the original paintwork scheme of Sir William Chambers, and those dragons are exact copies of the original. But we're now leaving.
The gateway of the Imperial Messenger, or Chikushimon. The gateway is a replica of the original which stands in the Japanese city of Kyoto. The gateway itself is crafted from the close-grained wood of the Hinoki cypress, sacred by the followers of the Shinto faith. Around it, 3 symbolic gardens representing peace, activity and harmony, and there's large boulders representing the mountains of Japan, gravel raked in a circular motion, sequoia redwood in California. Now our mix of redwoods, we've got coastal and giant, and the tallest tree in the gardens on the planet.
I've been to the big sequoia.
But on the little pond there, we have a coot's nest right in the middle, and there are some chicks that we noticed the other day there with Mum and Dad. But we have moorhens, we have ducks there as well. We have a resident heron that comes to see us called Fergus. 10 of them, little goslings there.
Oh, I can't. They're over there, look. Here, look, there's some here.
Entrance, look at them.
Oh, look.
They go like this, little ones.
This is a great place of biodiversity, full of wildflowers, there's herbs in there and various other things, but it's also full of ants. And what happens is the ants turn the soil and allow these beautiful wildflowers to take hold there. So it's great to have a walk, but not to have a picnic, otherwise the ants will have your sandwiches. But we're going to turn right here. Champion cedars down there as well. It's the best time of the year to see these rhododendrons, and there's azaleas along here, there's strawberry trees. But if you remember at the start of the tour, I told you originally Kew was flat. So have a look to your right hand side. This was dug out using hand tools. Took 300 foot soldiers of the Staffordshire Regiment of George III's Army to dig that out. It literally translates to House of the People. It came to London for an exhibition in 2001, later donated to Kew and re-erected here using traditional Japanese methods. There's no nuts, bolts, screws holding it together, just expert wooden joinery. One family actually lived in that property for over 100 years.
George II and his wife Queen Charlotte were attracted to Little Kew, thinking it a perfect lodging for their 3 eldest daughters. Their descendants used Kew and nearby Richmond Lodge as an escape from the intense pressure of life at court. Later, King George III used Kew as a sanctuary as his health declined.
grab her break.
She's downstairs.
She's downstairs.
You want to call her?
Yes, she's.
We're good. No, it's fine.
Yeah, so Alex is taking everything in.
The conservatory was dedicated to the memory of Princess Augusta. It was opened by one of her successors, Diana, Princess of Wales, in 1987.
我觉得你是故意的。哦，真好看，是吧？可漂亮。
是的，是吧？可以。
By 7 p.m, there was still so much more of Kew that I hadn't seen. I'll just have to come again.